Buying a motorcycle second-hand is a great way to save some money. And whether you're just starting out or an experienced rider looking for an upgrade, being well prepared is very important. And in this video, I'll be going over some key things to consider before buying a used motorcycle. You're looking to buy a motorcycle, right? Then you might need some new gear too. And why not check out the cheapest online platform for motorcycle gear? We offer the lowest price guaranteed and have very sharp discount bundles. Plus, we ship worldwide. Take a look for yourself at championhelmets.com. Bikes come in many different shapes and sizes, and everyone has their own preference. Having a good idea of what you intend to use your bike for should be one of the most important considerations you make before choosing one. Are you planning to use it strictly for daily commutes, long trips, off-roading, you name it? There's a bike for every style. And if you're having trouble defining your style beforehand or transitioning to a new one, we've got a video on this topic that will definitely help on our channel. I don't have to tell you that setting a budget is important when buying a second-hand bike. But maybe you're not aware of all the costs you make after the upfront purchase. Think of insurance costs, potential modifications and repairs. From now on, I'll assume that you found the bike you're interested in. From this point onwards, gathering as much information as possible is the name of the game. Ask for service records. Check the vehicle identification number to ensure the bike isn't stolen or written off. Try getting a general idea of how the previous owners used the bike. And that right there brings us to our next tip. But before we move on, just want to remind you to check out our website and our social media platforms. You can find their link in the description. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. You can get an idea of the state of the bike by asking, but always try to confirm this by looking at it yourself. A bike that's been ridden properly is oftentimes a better pick than a bike that's seen some rough usage. Let's go through some key things to look for when inspecting the bike. First up, check the condition of the tires and look for any signs of wear and tear. Then, take a look at the chain and the sprockets. And finally, take a look at the brake pads and get a general idea of the cleanliness of the bike. And if you're not mechanically inclined yourself, look for someone who does have the necessary knowledge to assist you in making the right decision. In certain cases, high mileage isn't necessarily a bad thing, but only if the bike has been maintained well throughout its lifespan. But consider that bikes with high mileage might require more maintenance in the future. Take this into account when you're setting a budget. And finally, check and ask if the bike is nearing a service interval. In general, bikes should get a service checkup every 500 to 600 miles or 6 months. Whichever comes first. If it's possible, take the bike out for a test ride. This is the best opportunity to get familiar with the bike. See if it's up to expectations and feel any potential mechanical issues while riding. And if you're a beginner, I'd recommend bringing an experienced friend to make sure any potential issues are not lost on you. This takes us to our next tip. Don't forget that the asking price is just a place to start. You can and should leverage this if you've encountered any mechanical issues in the previous steps. Don't hesitate to haggle down the price, but on the other hand, if the bike is in pristine condition, you'll have to be prepared to pay a higher and fair price for it. What do you need to have proper documentation? Let's go through it. First, check if the bike is in the seller's name and if it matches the VIN or vehicle identification number on the bike. Next, make sure to get a bill of sale and a release of liability form. That's all you need for a clean and legal transfer of ownership. And finally, before we close out, I just want to remind you to think of how you're going to get the bike home after purchasing it. It's nothing to worry about if you're able to get there on your own and you're comfortable riding the bike straight away. But if this is not the case, you can maybe ask that reliable friend to help you out or hire a professional transport company if need be. Just something to think about as you finalize your purchase. Okay, that's it for today. Buying a second-hand bike can be a bit of a hassle, but you can use these tips to identify any red flags, make an informed decision and go out there with a little extra confidence. Remember to be patient and thorough. You'll be a proud bike owner in no time. New bike, new gear, right? If you're looking for new quality motorcycle gear, be sure to head on over to championhelmets.com where we have the lowest price guaranteed and great discount bundles. Leave a like if you learned something from this video, ride safe and I'll see you next time.